Andre, how are you today?
Hi Milena, perfect, I'm fine, and you?
I'm perfect as well. Okay, so let's start today's conversation by tell us more about you, about your role at SoftGroup.
Actually, my current position is head of business development. My main responsibilities are to find new target markets, to find new solutions, to identify new opportunity and new business, of course, for our company. And the most important is to help the customers to identify their needs and to help them to find the right solution. Actually, I'm doing this for more than 10 years.
Wow, it's such a long period, right?
Yeah, times pass very quickly, yeah.
Okay, so let's go straight out of the question. Today's conversation with you and about the business analysis and how actually happened the business analysis.
Good question. Everything starts from the customers' request, customers' new opportunities that we found. And this is the first and the most important thing that we need to do. This is the business analysis.
How actually happened the process?
Thanks for the question. So everything starts from the customer's request. Once we have the opportunity, so it starts the real business analysis.
Okay, and is there different stages and how many are they?
Yes, actually there are two main stages. One is before identifying the scope, before starting the project, and second main stage is after signing of the project and to define the small things. Let's give you some, let's say, examples in order to be much more clear and to go in details. So the first stage is very important because we need actually to identify the customer needs and to understand exactly what are their requirements, to understand what they have as an equipment, what is the current solution that they have, what is the target market from their part. It's very important to know everything in detail in order to give them the right proposal, not only to sell them some software on the hardware. It's just they need in details to go to find the right solution.
Okay.
And second stage, actually, after identifying the scope and after acceptance of our proposal, they have their own project manager. So together, business development team and the project managers, and if necessary, some implementation or automation engineers or R&D department, we go together and provide actually the business analysis in detail to identify exactly the smallest things, but the very important in order to guarantee the successful execution and on the right time, on the right schedule. So, for example, to identify the user groups, exactly the dimension of the rooms, this is the dimension of the previous model if we need to integrate the machine in the existing lines, so to see the production speed. Really small important things that should be identified to guarantee the success story.
Okay, you mentioned that you have to go there. Is it a must to visit the factory or you can perform it online?
Actually, as I mentioned before, there is two stages. For the first stages, it's not a must for sure. So it's, of course, the live contact is better and we prefer to do it. But during COVID time, I think that now we have the new approach is very successful. Actually, we provide the same quality of services also online, and we are able to do it remotely. Normally it takes around 40 minutes if it's remotely. If we are on site, of course, it takes a little bit longer, something like 1 or 2 hours. And if we should speak about the second stage, it's absolutely a must to do it on site. Actually, once we have also hardware solutions, because for the hardware solutions, we need to identify every detail on site to see, to be sure that once we send the hardware solution, it will be implemented very easy. If this is only software solution, of course, here the option for a remote business analysis is still available.
Yeah, that's great because it will be easy in these times. So, okay. And which is the most important question that you want to get answered?
Actually, the most important question is, from my perspective, to what I want to ask the customer, what they want to achieve with such track and trace solution. What they want as a result. Are their expectations? It's very important to understand why they want it. Only for met some regulations or to continue their business, or they want really to grow up their business, and this track and trace solution will be very helpful for them to find new partners, new target markets, to develop their business. This is actually the scope for both of the company. We are looking of our potential customers not only as a customers. We are looking from them as a partners. We want a stable long-term partnership.
Yeah, is there a clear answer every time, or you sometimes you need you have to help them to discover the main point, the main need that they're looking, because I need a track and trace just to go to be compliant, but if there is something more, is it difficult to find it?
Actually, you are right. It's not so easy to have a clear answer for them, but actually this is the challenge. This is the most important for me and for our company, is actually to help them, to assist them together to define the right scope and the right solution, and to help them to realize this kind of project. In order, this project should be helpful for them, not only just to follow some regulation. It's very important to understand the customers, to try to be very helpful.
Okay. And why you think that in SoftGroup the business analysis is a very important moment of the project? Why it's some very specific place?
Actually, I will start from, in order to answer of your question, I will start from another point of view. We never lost customer, and the main reason is that we provide the right solution. And in order to provide the right solution, actually, we are proud to assist to identify the customer's needs. And from this perspective, the business analysis is the key points that we need to do it before starting the project, as I mentioned, the first stage, and after this. This is the critical point, and once we did and we invest this time and efforts together, we and the customers, because we should consider vendor and customer should be something together. So once we do this successful step, after that the project is easy. So we can reach, we can have of course some small questions not clear after that, but this is part of the project, and every time together we identify the solution, because we already analyzed the whole scope, and there is no major blocking issues like for example, in another cases that some of the vendors don't do it this one.
Yeah. Do you think that business analysis make one track and trace solution very easy, scalable, and flexible enough? Because if it's a breaking point, maybe it is.
Yeah, I think that the business analysis, the process who really give this opportunity. So really answers and met the customer's expectation, and help to achieve the final targets from both of the vendors and customers.
And there's one last question, and it's what is your advice to the companies that are currently looking for changing their vendor or finding their partner in track and trace? What's your advice?
Okay, I will try to give them an advice. Of course, every case is particular, so every customer way of thinking is particular, but generally I will advise them firstly to look for trusted certified vendor with a lot of experience who is always ready to help them, and the most important is that they always should ask for a customized solution. The track and trace is such deep and important topic that it's not the best approach only to order some hardware and some software to just to buy something that is needed, but you need to have a customized solution. That's very important. They to speak about their needs, to be open, and to really to find a reliable partner. This is the most important.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Milena. It was a pleasure.
For me as well.